Hello, White Witch 110 here. Welcome to another installment of Vlogtober 2021. This evening, we have a story, so let's get to it. Within the darkened rooms, the spirits stirred, their souls peering through windows to the street below. A lone figure, dressed against the elements, walked the cold, silent street. Head down, covered by a black hood, the length of coat flaring in the strong late October gusts. The house inside is disheveled, its bones creak in the wind. Long years and neglect have taken their toll. The spirits await her arrival. Each step upon the wooden stair heightens their anticipation. She feels the smile on her face. Soon she will be among friends. Piper was all ready for the encounter this time. Standing at the door in her antique heeled boots, she knocked 3 times. Slowly, the heavy front door opened. She stepped inside far enough for the door to close behind her. Lighting the solitary candle to her right, Piper continued along the short hallway. She called to the spirits to gather by her side. One by one, they congregated in the room in front of her. "Tonight is our night, my friends," Piper began. "You will walk among, and they will not have a clue. You will once again taste what it is to live. Your bodies will condense. You will feel the wind and feel each fall of your foot. They will be none wiser. Go among them now while I wait." Piper sat in a chair. Moonlight rested across her face. She experienced a calm dissolve into her body. She closed her eyes to soak in the emptiness of the house. She sent herself forward to each room. Piper searched for the missing soul. She felt the one left behind. "Where are you?" she inquired. In the basement, Piper felt it stir. "Come to me. Don't be afraid." From the depth of the house it journeyed. Before long it was in the room. "Why didn't you go forward with the rest?" "I don't like the outside. It's too laborious. I tire quickly." "You can draw from them the strength you require," Piper reminded the spirit. "Life is too dirty. I refuse to go." The spirit stood firm. "That is your choice, but remember, it is only this one night. Tomorrow they will all be back and stay inside for another year." "I understand my preference. The furthest I'll go is the limit of the fences. This is my comfort zone." "As long as you understand." Piper desired to know more. "How long have you walked among the spirits here? I don't recall your energy." "For only the past 6 months. I was brought here in a wooden box, then released." Spirit began. "Why here and why in a box?" Piper questioned further. "I had always wanted to come here. I never had the chance, so I requested when I was gone to be brought here. They poured my ashes from the box onto these grounds." It was like a conversation of old friends. Each was at ease with the other. "What happened?" Piper continued, shifting slightly in the chair. "It was him they were after, but I got in the way. The knife was plunged deep in my chest. I was gone in no time. Now I'm here. I'm sorry. Piper bowed her head. I understand your apprehension. I would feel the same. Do you visit once a year? The spirit inquired. No, I'm here more than once. It's just this night is most important. To be alive, but not actually. To have us acknowledge you as living beings. They claim it's a blast, she explained. It's amongst the dead for now, seeing that you don't mind. It's my call. It's not for me to control. I merely come here to raise them so they all can enjoy. I wait to hear the stories and feel the excitement, the energy. You feed off that power, don't you? Spirit was curious to know. It gives me a satisfaction, realizing the exhilaration they sustain for those hours until midnight. They are back here by 6 a.m. During those fresh hours of the following day, they visit those they loved. They all come back here, Piper clarified. But what if they didn't come back? This new spirit was testing the waters. To be honest, I don't know what would happen to them. They may find freedom they had searched for. They could wither away without the safety of this house. Each brings new energy that revitalizes these walls. I'm not sure if this house would survive. Without them, this house could very well be demolished, Piper accounted. Is it the same for all old homes? I've never understood how some are saved. I'm not sure for all houses, but yes, for this one. Do you ever think I'll join them? Spirit was interested to know her thoughts. You are so different from any that have come here. I don't know. Piper was honest. What do you think? Honestly, I will. Speaking of my death has brought disgruntled emotions to the surface. Time is passing. Time is passing quickly, even on this side. I imagined it slower. A noise at the front door interrupted their enjoyable conversation. Who is it? Piper asked. It's 3 teens. They've come to challenge the supposed haunted house. Should they find you here? The spirit questioned. They'll leave when they see me. Most do. Piper stood at the window, bathed in moonlight. What do you do to the ones who don't? The spirit wanted to know. I hide. She giggled. I'll produce the noises they require for their fright. There are secret passages throughout the house. She stopped to listen. Where are they? In the basement, Spirit informed Piper. Since you're here, would you care to help? Piper smiled. Piper's smile had a tinge of sly in it. What would you like me to do? Should I moan, whistle, or bang something? Follow my lead and listen. You'll know when to perform. Piper quietly closed the door. They were on their way up the staircase. Thank you. Piper took the same position as when the spirit had first seen her. In the shadows, her face once again highlighted by the moon. Her arms rested on the chair, her feet planted firmly on the floor. The door slowly opened. The girl screamed and jumped into the arms of one young man. It's just a mannequin. Don't freak out. He motioned for the friend to move towards Piper to prove his point. I wouldn't if I were you, Piper whispered, not lifting her head. Who are you? I'll beat the shit out of you, the young man threatened. I'm not afraid of you. Her voice stayed in monotones. This was meant to unnerve them. Who are you, a witch? He taunted in question. I've got garlic, he warned. My dear boy, that is for vampires. For a witch, the garlic is no threat. Used properly, it's protection. At this moment, Piper flashed her pentacle into the moonlight. I suggest you leave before they return. Who returns? The young woman was feeling brave. The spirits who reside here. Piper's simple answer was simple. Do you worship the devil? Was her smart-ass question. No. I speak to deities, the spirits. I believe in respect and grounding. There is no harm here. Her arms open wide, unless you look for it. At that moment, Spirit slammed the door shut. I warned you to leave before they returned. You should have listened. How did you do that? The one holding the girl inquired. I didn't. Spirits are returning. They may never allow you to leave. You'll live here as they do. Piper felt their fear, despite the words they spewed forth. But you said they're coming back. Do you know what you're talking about? The teen asked. Once a year, they do indeed walk among you, their bodies as solid as yours. Can you be sure none of you belong here? Should you leave? Piper stood, causing the teens to step back. It isn't me you need to fear. They're my friends, my family. For the first time, she raised her head fully in the light. You look like us. They were in shock. What did you expect? You couldn't fathom the number of us that pass you every day. We sense each other, but you walk blindly by. I suggest you leave. Piper stood, and the spirit raised her coat, making it appear that the wind had hold of it. Whether I make you uncomfortable or not is no issue for me. What they feel, how they react, is your issue. Her formidable figure was working. The young spirit now climbed the stairs for the first time. Her voice was heard. Leave. Go now. That was all the teens needed. They were down the stairs and out the door in seconds. They'll never return, but they'll have a story to tell. The following day, the spirits had all returned. Some vowed not to bother next year. Who are they in the corner? Piper turned. There was a shock and a smile. You couldn't stay away, but you want to be here forever? Piper asked. You said once a year they leave. The young man reminded her. Yes, indeed I did. Now tell me, why are you here? Piper and the spirits waited an answer. We were drinking. The car missed the turn. You missed the turn and took your friends with you, Piper said. I regret it, but we get to leave once a year, right? No. You are tied to the house. You were all drunk. This is your eternity. Enjoy it. Piper strolled to the door, then turned. Be careful what you wish for. She closed the door behind her. In the light of day, she pulled back her hood. The sun felt wonderful on her face. Who wished what? The one young man asked. Spirit stepped forward. You wished you could live here, and now you do. that is the story for this evening. I hope you enjoyed it. To my YouTube family, as always, thank you for dropping by. As always, greatly appreciate it. Anybody new to my channel, please feel free to check out my other videos. If you find any that you like, please give it a thumbs up. Drop me a comment. Share them out. That's always appreciated. Also, while you're here, consider becoming a subscriber. And if you do, remember to click the notification bell. So have a great rest of your Sunday evening, and have a marvelous Monday. Until then, ciao for now.